Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by InTheMoneyStocks. Today is October 8, 2015. I want to thank you all for tuning in. What you're going to see here is that the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading lower by 7 points to 19.80 per contract. Futures are off their worst levels, though. You can see around 3 in the morning, futures were trading around 1971, so they've recovered quite a bit, and right now is sitting at 1980.25. So we'll see how this plays out today. Market has been very, very strong as of late. We'll see if it can continue to push a little bit higher, but we are entering some pretty decent resistance zones in the near term according to the daily chart, so we want to see how that plays out. But either way, let's take a look at some stocks in the news. First one I'm going to start off with is EMC. What you're going to see here is the stock is trading at $26.79. It closed at $25.96, so it's still a decent move up. The story here is that EMC is being bought by Dell Computer. Now, Dell has already gone private, but nonetheless, that is what the rumor is. I don't know if it's true. Remember, next week we do have Options X, so rumors may be starting early. So I will wait and see a little bit more on this. But either way, I did a calculation just to see how high EMC could go, and I got a level of $27.82. So I don't really see it getting much above $27.82. Maybe it does by a little bit, or it won't. I don't know if it gets up there, but if it does, watch that level as resistance mathematically. That should be a very, very good resistance level if my math is correct, and I did do that this morning without a cup of coffee. So just remember, 27.82. That should be a very, very good resistance level. Next up, we're going to take a look at Domino's Pizza, DPZ. I think this is an earnings play. The stock closed yesterday at 108.03. It is now trading at 103. It did trade down to 100. I have a level here at $97.89. It's a little bit of a riskier level simply because Domino's Pizza does not trade a million shares a day. If it traded a million shares a day, I'd feel much more confident in the level. But either way, it looks to be decent. So keep that level on the radar for support at 97.86. If it gets down there, I'm not even sure we'll see that level hit, but if it does get down there, 97.86 is going to be the spot. All right, let's take a look here at ISCA, which is International Speedway, and this stock, I believe, also had earnings. Right now it's trading at $33.64. This is pretty much exactly where it closed, so we're not really getting any volume, but this could be in play today. This is another stock that does not trade a million shares a day. In fact, it averages about 150,000, so be very, very careful. These levels on these kind of stocks can overshoot, but this will be in motion today due to earnings. Another stock we want to talk about today is Deutsche Bank. So, huge European financial institution came out with news after the close that they were going to take a huge write-off, and they were going to cut their dividend potentially for the remainder of the year. And the stock really got hammered all the way down to $26.50. Closed yesterday at around $28.79. But look at it, it's since come back, and it's sitting right at $28.50. So again, not really a big hit when it's all said and done for Deutsche Bank, but this will be moving around, and we'll watch this one once the opening bell rings as well. A level I see today that should be important really is going to just be the double bottom down here at $26.50. If that gets taken out, watch out below. But until that happens, Deutsche Bank could just chop around, and we'll watch it, and we'll see how it plays out. Here's a takeover right here, BMR. All right, this is Biomed Realty Trust. This is being bought out, I believe, by Blackstone. So again, don't do anything there. If you own it, congratulations. It closed at $21.59. It's now trading at $23.43, but it's probably just going to go sideways. So again, if you own it, try your stop or take your money off the table. If you don't own it, don't get involved in this equity now. Let's take a look at SHAK this morning. They did a shelf offering, I think a $26 million shelf offering, but you could check out the news for yourself. Either way, a big sell-off down to 46. It is recuperating a little bit. Again, I don't see anything all that great for SHAK here one way or the other. If the stock does close below 46.60 today, it's probably got lower price ahead. So be a little bit careful, but watch that close today by 4 o'clock. That's going to be very, very important. Next up, we have Lumber Liquidators. LL is the ticker symbol. Stock closed at $14.56. It is now trading at $16. Did trade briefly over 17. So there's a lot of resistance at 17, but either way, that's a great move today for lumber liquidators. Looks like they settled with the Department of Justice on some lumber, and we'll see how that plays out. You also have stocks like BHP on the move today again. Metals and mining names. We'll see how that plays out. This has got very little upside left in it, so just be careful here. Do not chase any of these metal names at the moment. Rio Tinto is another one. So BHP and Rio Tinto both, slightly higher ahead of the opening bell, but do not chase them at these levels. There's big resistance here at this point in time. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold is down, $11.30. So let's take a look at the GLD this morning. That is trading at 108.92. It's had a great move. We're going to be watching a gold chart. I have a lot of gold information, so come on over and take a 7-day free trial to either the intraday stock chat room or the research center. You'll get everything I'm seeing on gold, silver, oil, and the such. Let's take a look at the oil market today. Crude oil is up 40 cents, and that's trading right around $48.20 a barrel. So let's take a look at the USO here, and you're going to see that that is trading at $15.60, basically right where it closed yesterday, so no real movement there. All right, so we're going to see how this market plays out. Again, we had a great morning gap winner yesterday, and in Yum Brands, and we'll look to see what we get out here. This intraday stock chat room has been on fire in 2015, and we're going to look to keep that going again today. With that being said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.